in the hell is it more newsworthy to report that this man got into an argument with a fucking short order cook, and less important to speak about the fact that he graduated with honors on the A&B honor roll at 17, not even 18 yet? Why is this? I don't understand what world we're living in. Well, this is what we rather promote. I spare no expense on your ass, boy, about mine. Give a f about no police. Do all my time. I got family. I got motherfuckers who willing to risk their lives and freedom about me and mine. You hear me? Don't f***ing play with my motherfucking child, ever.
Welcome back to your daily dose of scandal and glamour. Let's spill the tea on today's hottest drama. T.I. just hit his breaking point, and it all started with Charleston White running his mouth again. This time, he went too far. During one of his wild live streams, Charleston took direct aim at T.I.'s son, King Harris, throwing heavy shade on how he was raised. He called King a spoiled crash dummy, pretending to be street, total violation. And T.I., he wasn't about to stay silent. Within hours, he fired back on Instagram with a video so heated you could feel the smoke through the screen. "I don't play about mine," he snapped. "You speak on my children, you're gonna have to see me, publicly or otherwise." T.I. made it crystal clear. This ain't content, and it damn sure ain't comedy. This was personal. And then he doubled down. Hard. "Play with my mother child ever." Tip exploded, looking dead in the camera. He ripped into Charleston for chasing clout off kids' names, accusing him of using children for internet traffic just to go viral. T.I. let it be known.
Told him, "Need to do that T.I. little yellow motherfucker, long hair freak. That little motherfucker don't know how to fight either. Get them, y'all babies is rapper babies. Go drop him off over his cousin in them house."
He's brushed off critics before, but when it comes to his family, that's a whole different war. The internet exploded too. Celebs, fans, even folks who usually stay quiet. Everyone was flooding T.I.'s comments with support. Nobody was here for Charleston dragging a minor like that. It felt dirty, disrespectful, out of bounds. So far, Charleston White hasn't clapped back, but if you know anything about his track record, he probably cooking up something messy. Another video? Another jab? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, T.I.'s not backing down this time. T.I. ain't staying quiet no more. This drama just got real personal. Everything boiled over after his son King Harris got arrested, and social media exploded. Timelines flooded with hot takes, memes, and wild reactions. But you already know who jumped in first. Charleston White, the self-proclaimed truth-teller who loves poking at public figures when they're down. Charleston didn't hold back. The minute news broke about King's arrest, he came swinging, clowning the young Harris.
"Man, we was about to whoop your ass when you come back down here from telling. I can see you had a soft upbringing. It got so tough, started yelling, you know. Boy, the red or blue lights, man, save a nigga's life."
And dragging his behavior like it was a punchline. He mocked King's reckless past, the viral outbursts, the heated run-ins, basically turning the teen's whole situation into content for clicks. And people were eating it up until T.I. stepped in. Tip went straight to the front lines. He didn't just defend King, he called out Charleston by name. No cryptic subs, no passive shots. It was direct, raw, and laced with smoke. What started as a jab turned into a full-blown war, both men exchanging blows across platforms. There were wild accusations, street-level threats, and so much heat, fans couldn't scroll without seeing the feud blow up. But here's the root of it all. King Harris's bizarre run-in with the cops. The details still shady, but what's clear is his behavior has been on a dangerous spiral. Random live streams, wild arguments, street fights. He's been acting out like the cameras ain't rolling. And when the arrest happened, instead of laying low, King treated it like a badge of honor. Yeah, seriously. He came out acting like jail was some street rite of passage. No remorse, no lessons learned. Just more flexing, like this made him more real or something. It's got people split. Some hoped the arrest would humble him, but instead, it turned into a show. And now T.I.'s fighting two battles, one online and one inside his own house. King Harris didn't just face the heat, he embraced it. Right after his arrest, he hit social media like it was a victory lap, posting his own mugshot like a trophy.
In the hell is it more newsworthy to report that this man got into an argument with a fucking short order cook. And less important, to speak about the fact that he graduated with honors on the A&B honor roll at 17, not even 18 yet. Why is this? I don't understand what world we're living in. Well, this is what we rather promote.
And even dropping clips about the incident like it was some kind of street badge. The reactions, brutal. People across platforms were in disbelief. Some laughed, some cringed, and others just shook their heads. One comment that went viral said, "He's really proud he went to jail." Another chimed in, "He wanted to be a gangster so bad." And that was the vibe. Like King was chasing an image that didn't even fit him. Folks started asking, what's he trying to prove? And who's he trying to impress? The internet had theories, of course. A lot of people pointed to T.I.'s past, how Tip came up with that street-certified reputation, survived real struggles, and earned his name the hard way. Now, some think King's trying to match that same energy, but in all the wrong ways. Instead of carving his own lane, he's mimicking a legacy that doesn't need to be copied. T.I. finally broke his silence again. Stepping up with a serious tone, he acknowledged King's behavior and made it clear he's frustrated. You could tell he wasn't just mad, he was disappointed. It wasn't just about the arrest, it was about a pattern, a mindset, a kid who seemed more concerned with clout than consequences. And it didn't stop there. King went on Instagram Live again, this time arguing with a hotel worker over a sandwich. No lie, he got into it over pickles. He was fuming because his food came with pickles he didn't ask for, and he treated it like a major violation. The whole thing was caught on camera, and fans were shook.
I spare no expense on your ass, boy, about mine. Give a about no police. Do all my time. I got family. I got motherfuckers who willing to risk their lives and freedom about me and mine. You hear me? Don't play with my motherfucking child, ever.
Over pickles? That's how far this ego trip is going? T.I. jumped on Instagram once again, this time not to lash out, but to drop some grown man perspective. He addressed all the noise surrounding his son King's behavior, clearing up where he stands and whether he plans to step in. The post had a different tone, firm, honest, but still full of emotion. He wasn't ducking the issue. He faced it head on. In the video, T.I. explained that King's at an age now where he's got to make his own decisions, and most importantly, deal with the fallout when those decisions go sideways. He didn't sugarcoat it. Tip made it clear that sometimes lessons only stick when they come with pain. He called it part of the journey, the kind of learning you can't skip. But T.I. also said he's leaning on faith, real faith. He trusts that a higher power is watching over King and believes that eventually his son will come to understand what really matters: humility, discipline, and respect. You could hear the frustration in his voice, but also the hope. He wants King to grow, but he's not about to force him. It's sink or swim time. And just when folks thought things might finally cool down, bam, another viral moment hits the timeline. King was back on Instagram Live, this time going off in a Waffle House. The video caught him clashing with a staff member over, get this, pickles on his plate. He didn't ask for them. And instead of brushing it off, he treated it like a full-on insult. The energy? Wild. The attitude? Loud. The whole internet watching, again asking the same question. What's he trying to prove? T.I. had just spoken on accountability, and now his son was trending again. For all the wrong reasons. One thing's becoming clear. This ain't just about bad food. It's about a young man trying to find himself in a spotlight that don't turn off. Instead of handling things calmly or stepping aside, King Harris took the drama straight to Instagram Live. Loud, heated, and totally unfiltered. Over a mix-up with pickles, he exploded in front of the entire internet. And the way he carried himself, it had people calling him out left and right. Viewers said he came off entitled, aggressive, and way out of pocket for what was really just a small inconvenience. But King didn't stop there. He kept the camera rolling while arguing with the Waffle House staff, right in front of a packed restaurant. One of the employees politely asked him to stop using foul language, reminding him that they were in a public space. But instead of backing off, King doubled down with even more attitude. Then came the comment that sent the internet into overdrive. King looked that employee in the face and said he had more money in his pocket than they'd ever make. People were stunned. It wasn't just rude. It felt arrogant, tone-deaf, and completely unnecessary. all over pickles. It was giving spoiled energy, and social media wasn't letting it slide. But the real explosion came as King was leaving. Just when folks thought it couldn't get worse, he threatened to pistol whip one of the workers. And yep, it was caught on camera. That clip spread like wildfire, racking up views and triggering serious backlash across every platform. The shock wasn't just about the threat. It was the way King escalated a nothing situation into something dangerous. The attitude, the entitlement, the total lack of self-awareness. That's what had people asking, where's the accountability? Who's checking this behavior? And how far is he willing to go just to prove he's about that life? As the internet lit up with backlash, a lot of eyes turned straight to T.I. People were asking the tough questions. Where's the guidance? Why hasn't there been public discipline? With King constantly trending for all the wrong reasons, folks started wondering if his behavior was being ignored, or worse, encouraged. T.I. finally stepped up again with a response. He made it clear, King's a grown young man now and he's gotta be the one to own his actions. According to T.I., they already had the conversation behind closed doors, and whatever went down at that Waffle House, that was all on King. Still, T.I. didn't stop there. He tried to reframe the whole conversation, reminding folks that King had recently graduated with honors. He said that side of his son, the hard-working, focused student, deserved just as much attention as one bad moment caught on video. But not everybody was buying it. For many, the viral clip and the wild threats weren't just a bad moment. It felt like a pattern, and no school award was going to erase that pistol whip comment or the attitude that came with it. The bigger debate kept growing about maturity, influence, and whether privilege was shielding accountability. And then King flipped the spotlight back onto Charleston White, accusing him of being fake. Why? Because Charleston has a known pattern. The minute things get heated, he's calling the cops. Anytime drama pops off or somebody checks him, he's quick to hit up law enforcement, even if the threat is just online noise. That move, King saw it as straight up hypocritical. He blasted Charleston for talking tough online while running to the law when things got real, especially since Charleston's whole brand is built around street talk, respect, and calling out so-called soft behavior. King felt that energy didn't match the actions, and he let it be known publicly. King didn't bite his tongue. He called out Charleston White with full energy, blasting him for what he saw as coward moves and double standards. But Charleston, he fired right back. And this time, he didn't just clap back. He dropped a straight-up threat. He said if T.I. didn't check his son, he hoped he'd never cross paths with him. The tone? Dead serious. That wasn't just internet talk anymore. It felt real. Charleston's words hit hard, and the tension instantly shot up. Unlike other times where T.I. might have kept it cool or played it strategic, this time he wasn't playing at all. He made it crystal clear, threaten my family, and I'm stepping in personally. T.I. addressed Charleston head-on. No filters, no games. He said if there was a problem, bring it to him, not his son. He drew the line in bold letters. Nobody threatens my kid and walks away like it's just content. You could hear the weight behind those words. And then Tip went in. He called Charleston a parasite, said he feeds off chaos, starting drama just to stay relevant. T.I. painted the picture. A man who don't want peace, just problems. He said Charleston ain't about solutions, he's about spotlight. He tears folks down and waits for the reactions like bait. He don't build anything, he just stirs the mess and sits back laughing. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about, T.I. said, suggesting Charleston lives for controversy, the clicks, the headlines, the outrage. That's the fuel. And this feud, it officially crossed from internet drama into something way more personal. As both sides stood firm, the public started picking sides. Social media blew up once again. Fans, haters, influencers. Everyone had something to say. The spotlight was burning, and now the stakes were higher than ever. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay in the loop with all the latest. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, and I'll catch you in the next video.